Hey my loves, what's up? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crissanna, and if you're new here, then welcome, and if you're an oldie, welcome back. Today is day number 17 out of my 20 days of Christmas videos. That means only 3 more videos to go after this. You guys, I'm literally excited. 4 days away from Christmas and I'm like screaming inside, and I am so excited that I managed to get 17 videos out in a month. Of course, I still have 3 more to go, but I'm just happy that I was able to at least do 17. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a full coverage, full glam holiday makeup look, glitter on the eyes, a full coverage on the face, long lasting makeup, and it's all going to be from the drugstore. And if it's not from the drugstore, it's from like Amazon or other brands that are really cheap. So as you guys can see, I'm barefaced and naked today. So we are going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to actually start with my brows and then my eyes, just in case we get any fallout from the glitter or anything. So I was recently sent this eyebrow pencil from IMethod Beauty. So it has a very thin, precise pencil on one side. And then on the other side, it has a thicker triangular type shape, which is good for filling in this part. And then the small end is for filling in the front. So this is on Amazon, you guys, for $9, and you don't only get one of these, you actually get 2 in a pack for $9. And I literally have been loving this. I feel like it's so affordable, so good, so creamy. It lasts all day, and I really like this. So I got mine in the shade, I think it's dark brown. So it's actually waterproof and it's smudge proof as well. I will leave this listed below in case you guys want to check it out. Amazing eyebrow pencil, and you're getting 2 for $10. It's an absolute steal. So it actually does come with a spoolie in the pack as well, but a spoolie is not connected to the pencil. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush my eyebrows up. So first up, I am going to take the thicker side, and I'm going to use that to fill in this part of my brow. This reminds me of the ABH, the Brow Wiz. Is it called the Brow Wiz? It's the ABH eye pencil. It's got that like thick triangular tip. It reminds me just of that, but this is so much more creamy. The ABH one is very like drying, and you almost have to like smush it into your brow, but this is very creamy. So I'm just pretty much making like a fake arch, because I literally have like no arch to my eyebrows whatsoever. So once I've got that part filled in, and then I'll go in with the skinny side, and I'm just going to do little hair-like strokes up here in the front. I used to literally just draw a straight up line right there, but I do not do that anymore just because they end up looking super boxy and really harsh. So the eyebrows are done for now. Later on down in the video, I will set them with an eyebrow gel. So to prime lids, I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. I have this one in the shade Ivory. I'm going to take this Clean Concealer Buffer Brush by Jessup. And like I said, I am going to prime my lids, but I'm also going to bring it up here under the brow, just to kind of clean up any messes that I made. I really like this stuff for setting my lids. It gives my lids such a smooth, like soft base, and it just makes the eyeshadows go on so nicely. So the eyeshadow palette that we're going to use today is the Wet n Wild Starlux Eyeshadow Quad. So this comes with 2 mattes, and then it also comes with 2 glitters. This is like the perfect holiday palette. You get your mattes, you get your glitters. It's super pretty. So I actually got this last year for their holiday collection, but I do see that they still have it on their website. I did a look over the weekend with this palette, and I was like, oh my god, like I have to film this on camera. It was so pretty. So I'm first going to take the lighter toned matte shade. I'm just using this big fluffy brush by Morphe. I really want to build this up like very slowly, because I find that it blends a lot better when I do that. So I'm just going to blend this right up here, like right into the crease, but above the crease. And again, I am slowly going to build up the pigment, because this is very pigmented. So if I go right in and I start applying, it's going to be a little bit hard to blend out. I'm also going to pop this right here on the outer V. So I'm going to grab the deeper matte shade. I'm just going to take a brush by Morphe and Jacqueline. And I'm first going to pack this shade right here on the outer V, and then I will blend it right into the crease. I'm going to go back into the first fluffy brush, and I'm going to pick up just a tiny bit of that brown shade, the deeper one, and then I'm just going to blend it right here into the crease. So I do want that outer V just a little bit darker, so I'm going to pick up some more and just focus packing it right here. So now we're going to go ahead and go in with the glitters. So for the glitters, I'm actually going to take some glitter glue. So this is the NYX Primer Glitter Glue. You guys can also use eyelash glue, but personally for me, I do not recommend it. Eyelash glue is so much harder to get the glitter off. Like when you take a makeup remover, you're going to have to like pull and scrub and tug, versus this, you just pretty much wipe it off with a makeup remover, but it does actually make it last all day. It's just not super hard to get it off. I'm just going to take a clean flat brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the glitter glue right to the brush. And then I'm going to use the same brush that I applied the glitter glue with. And I'm first going to go in with this silvery toned glitter. And I mean, with the glitter glue, it just adheres so nicely. Like I remember there was one time where I tried to use like a setting spray, which don't get me wrong, it works, but not like using an actual glitter glue does. And this also helps to prevent a lot of fallout too. I'm also going to take the goldish color too, and I'm just going to pop some of that right here in the center. I mean, you guys can see that was really easy to apply, especially using the glitter glue. I highly recommend the NYX one. I think it's like, it's like $5, maybe $6 on Amazon, which is super affordable because you only need a little bit. So I'm going to take a smaller, more defined brush, and I'm just going to go right back in with the deepest matte shade. Or actually, I'm going to actually mix the two mattes, and I'm going to run this right up here above the glitter. Also just pop in some more of that deeper shade right here. Here's what we are looking like with no liner and lashes. I do really want to do a wing because I feel like last year's version of me would not have done a wing with this look, but this year's version is a little bit new and improved. So I'm going to go ahead and do a wing with this look. So I'm going to use an eyeliner stamp. So I have the IMethod Beauty one here. This is just going to stamp out both of my wings. And then I'm going to take the Wet n Wild liquid liner, which is amazing. It's like super pigmented. It's matte black and it lasts all day. And it's like $3. So I'm not really good at doing my wings or my eyeliner on camera. So if I'm like down in my mirror, please don't mind. So I've got both wings done. They are not perfect, but I have been trying my best to get better at wings. Even though I'm not doing a wing without the stamp, I'm still trying to do eyeliner on the top because I feel like eyeliner on the top in a wing, it just really pulls like everything together and it can make your look go from like an 8 to like a 10. For lashes, I'm going to use the Ardell lashes in the style 105. I've actually been really enjoying these. They're not super dramatic, but they're not really natural either. And then to apply those, I'm just going to take the Kiss Lash Strip Adhesive. By far one of the best eyelash glues that I've ever tried. I have very sensitive eyes, and a lot of lash glues will make my eyes break out and make me very itchy. This one, it does not, and they hold my lashes all day as well. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do that, and then when I come back, we are going to start on the face makeup. So I'm back. I went ahead and did lashes, and I also took a lunch break because I knew this was going to be a long video. So let's go ahead and get back to where we were. I'm going to take the Rimmel Stay Matte eyeliner. This is like $4 or $5 on Amazon, and it's one of the best that I've ever tried. And I'm just going to tightline my top waterline. So for primer, I'm going to take the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. Right now at Walmart, if you guys have been wanting to try this, they come out with the little Christmas minis. So the Christmas minis are a third of this size. So if you buy 3 of those, you're going to pay $3 versus buying this one for $8. I actually every year buy a bunch of them just because I really love this stuff. It's really good, long lasting, it grips your makeup all day. So it is more of like a jelly texture, and it actually is very sticky. So I'm just going to apply this all over my face. So since I do have loads of acne right now, I'm going to go back in with the L'Oreal concealer, and in this time I'm going to take the shade Cashmere, and I am going to spot conceal. This really does help to cover everything up because I have like super full coverage foundations, and sometimes it's just not enough to cover up these. And I feel like this is definitely probably the worst my skin has ever looked. And like I said earlier, I have a really bad picking problem, which I have to stop. But I just don't know how. Sometimes like I get in the mirror and I'm just like, oh my God. And then I like hate myself afterwards. I'm going to take this She Glam sponge. This is like $1 on Shein. And I'm just going to start lightly just pressing this in. So it's actually the first time that I'm using this sponge, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It's not like super squishy or super bouncy. It's actually kind of hard. And I always try to get right here on my nose, especially with concealer before foundation, because if I don't, by the end of the day, all of the coverage is gone on my nose. For foundation, I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Classic Ivory. This is the new 30-hour wear, and I really been enjoying this. It is definitely medium to full coverage, but it's buildable. So I'm still going to take this sponge. I might switch it to a brush here in a minute because I don't know how this is going to apply it. But I'm just going to start bouncing this in all over the face. And I always drag down my neck. So I use just minimal product on my forehead because I just feel like I don't need like a lot of coverage. I just want it to match the rest of my face. Honestly, you guys, this sponge is like absolute trash. I have my Dollar Tree one that works so much better than this does. Since it's the only one that I have right now that's damp, I'm just going to continue to use it. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette and I'm going to take this shade right here. And I'm solely going to use this just for my nose. So I'm going to use that sponge, but I'm going to use the clean side. I literally do not know what I was thinking using that sponge. I'm just going to take this dry one just to blend out the nose contour. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Fair Beige. So when I come down my nose, I just do 2 or maybe 3 dots sometimes, just because I don't want the concealer to overshadow the cream contour. But this concealer is phenomenal. It's so hydrating. It's so full coverage and it lasts all day. So since I lost a bit of my cream contour, I'll just go back down with my brush with no extra product. I'm just going to take the sponge and blend under the eyes. As you guys can see, that concealer sits beautifully on the skin. So to set under the eyes and down the T-zone, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. So mine is in the shade Light. This literally gives such a beautiful, smooth, soft porcelain effect to the skin. I'm taking a Real Techniques setting brush. This is literally the perfect brush, especially for under the eyes. But this is definitely a very fine milled powder. So I always make sure I set my smile lines because I don't want a bunch of creasing there, which usually I get creasing anyways. It's really hard to prevent that. But this just helps a little bit. So I'm just going to drag some right down here on the sides of my nose. And I don't like to fully put a lot of powder on my nose, but whatever's like left over my brush, I will put there. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to take the L'Oreal Powder Foundation in the shade Ivory Buff. I absolutely love this stuff. It literally makes my makeup like stay right in place all day. I usually don't use it down my T-zone because it is so like mattifying. For bronzer, I'm going to take the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. It's actually been a hot minute since I used this, but I really like this bronzer. It definitely adds like that silkiness to the skin. I wouldn't say that it's like super pigmented right off the bat, but you can build it up. So I usually don't do this, but for today, I'm actually going to bring it right here on my jawline. So we're looking at super bronzed. We're going to go with blush now. So I have 2 by Essence. I have one in Beloved. So this is definitely more of a pinky blush. And then the second one I have is in the shade Believing. It's a very cool toned kind of purpley blush. Believing is up top and then Beloved is at the bottom. So I'm trying to think of what would go better with this look. Really want to use Believing, the more purple tone, but I think just to play it on the safe side, I'm going to take Beloved. You guys already know how this one performs. I haven't used the Believing one, I don't think at all. But these blushes, they're like $3. Super pigmented, super long wearing. So for highlighter, I'm going to take an oldie but a goodie. This is the Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Golden Flower Crown. I literally used to use this highlighter every single day. I haven't used it in a while, but I used to love it a lot. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but my highlighter's been looking like muddy. I don't know if it's because I have bronzer up there and the two just mixing doesn't go good. But I'm just going to go back in with my blush brush and I'm just going to dab over that. And then I'm also going to take it up the sides of my Cupid's bow and then right here in the middle as well. I'm just taking a small pencil brush. So to set the brows, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel in the shade Neutral Brown. So this does have a very small one. It's not as small as like the Benefit one, but it is small. But Neutral Brown is a very universal shade. I've seen so many different people with different hair colors try this and it looks good. So let's go ahead and jump back in with the eyes so we can get that finished. So I'm first just going to go back in with the lighter matte shade. I'm just going to run this right along the lash line. And then I'm going to take more of a skinny brush. This is the JH43 brush. So it is skinny and it's nice and flat. And I'm going to go back into the deeper shade. And I'm going to get this right up against the lash line. So for my waterline, I'm going to take this pencil by L'Oreal. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible pencil in the shade Nude. And I'm just going to put this right on my waterline. And then for the inner corner, I'm just going back in with the Wet n Wild highlighter. So to set the face, I'm going to take the Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last Setting Spray. So I think as of now, this is discontinued, but their original Make It Last Setting Spray is the exact same thing. The only thing that's different is that this has a fruit smell to it. But this setting spray, let me tell you, is like hands down the best setting spray ever. The mister is so fine and it definitely makes my makeup last all day. Really love my setting spray. Like I need it all. Like I need tons. If my makeup is gonna last all day, I have to use a lot of setting spray. So much to wear. Now my clothes are completely soaked, but it's all good. So for mascara, my favorite drugstore mascara is the Maybelline the Falsies Lash Lift. I like the Sky High one as well, but this definitely beats the Sky High one for me anyways. So this is the wand. This almost reminds me of the Too Faced one. I feel like they both perform almost the exact same. Alright guys, so we are almost done. All we have left to do is lips. And I know not everyone would consider Morphe a drugstore, but this lip liner, yes, this long lip liner right here is $5. This lip liner, guys, is absolutely amazing. It lasts all day. It's super pigmented. I would definitely say this is incredibly high quality for $5. A lot of lip liners at the drugstore, you guys, aren't even this affordable. So I absolutely love this one. This one is in the shade Mina or Mina, M-I-N-A. And it's like this kind of red shade. I feel like since it's the holidays, I can't do a glamorous look without doing a red lip. So anytime I apply a red lip liner, it literally takes me forever. Most of the time I mess up and red is extremely hard to get off the stain. Like it stains really bad. So I have two matte red lipsticks that I was going for. I have the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. This is in the shade Exhilarator. So this definitely pulls more of like a really dark reddish pink. So I don't know if I want to use that one today. And then I have the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick. And this is in the shade Rebel Red. So let's go ahead and try the Rebel Red first. I actually got this at the Dollar Tree. So as right now, it's probably discontinued. Oh yeah, this is like a true red. I really, really like this. It feels super soft on the lips. This is my first time trying this, so I'm not sure how it's going to dry down. It says matte liquid on the tube, but it feels still very wet on my lips. All right, guys, so here we go. Here is the finished look. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a close-up. So again, I don't know what this lipstick is going to dry down matte. It is still very wet. So I'm probably going to actually, after I'm done filming this video, I'm going to go wipe some of it off with a tissue because I know Red lipsticks can be so freaking messy. So what did you guys think about this holiday makeup look? I definitely feel like it's super glam. I love the glitter eyes. I love the red lip. I feel like this just screams Christmas time in the holidays. I honestly do want to do like a New Year's look as well. I did a black and silver smoky look last year, and I would love to recreate that because I feel like the look I did last year, I just wasn't super impressed with it. I would love to be able to like recreate it and see how much better I've gotten over the past year. But if you guys like this video and you guys found this video helpful, please be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. If there's anything at all that you guys want to see next, please let me know. And I definitely do plan on filming a video tomorrow. But if anything like happened and I wasn't able to film, I do want to say I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. And I definitely will see you guys a lot more after the holidays. I want to keep up with the filming. I definitely want to stay filming at least 3 videos a week because I don't work. So it definitely takes up my time and it makes me so I'm not like so bored and wanting to do other things. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great holidays. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.